everyone, welcome back to my channel, Anime Reviews. This is Internet Eastman. Thank you for listening. Today I'm just gonna do like a bonus. This is gonna be like a bonus episode. Like I'm I've been thinking of doing something else that I wanted to review for free. Because you guys can subscribe to my Apple podcast, and I have like 3 other shows that I review there. I review 3 shows together. They're Shadow's House, Fairy Tale, and The Gray Man. My How Did Raeliana Get Ended Up at the Duke's Castle, and Otherworldly Aristocats is one of them. And I'm thinking of reviewing Attack on Titan, but I'm not sure if I just went for my subscribers only or would I make it a free content. I'm debating. And also I've decided to start for my subscribers to do Demon Slayer, but I already did like a run through of season 1. So I'm gonna start with season 2. Next, I want to do it like at the end of the week, come up with season 2 along with the other episodes, just to get caught up, because I did take a vacation last week, just a break from everything. So today I'm gonna bring to you Zatch Bell. I remember I used to watch that when I was younger. So I'm gonna get into it and just get a feel for it, see how you guys like it. Don't forget, y'all, you can also support me by buying my book, an Apple Books called Madness of Silence. It's a short book of poems, or my mom's book called The Girl Named Molly, that's available on Amazon. And also, I've just opened my online business called Eastman Inc. And we have our first product available for purchase, which are the e-earrings. So you can visit eastmaninc.com. That's EASTMONDINC.com. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with Zatch Bell. So the episode started out with Zatch. Not with Zatch. Yes, with Zatch. Like flying on, like holding on to this big eagle bird, like sniffing for food in the city. So when he gets over to past this lake, and he saw this fish jumped out of the water, he like jumped onto the fish, and then it moved on to Kyo arguing with his mom, going to school, and then Zatch appeared with the fish tied to his back. So obviously he had a successful catch. And Kyo's a teenager with an attitude, like all teenagers are. And I guess Kyo is a kid genius, so he gets isolated and bullied for being a genius. Which I kind of wonder, like, why didn't his parents, like, send him to, like, a school for geniuses if he was, like, ahead? Because that does set back a child a lot, you know. Like, if they're, like, ahead of the class, like, you should really, like, probably if he was at a school with other genius, he he would have like fit in better. So I think his parents did him injustice in not like getting him like a better education, just like letting him stay in the public system. Anyway, so Zatch showed up while Kia was arguing with his mom about going to school. Zatch showed up at his window, and Kia was like, "I've probably been reading too much," and went back to bed. And that's when Zatch like knocked through his window. I'm like, damn, do they have house insurance? Like, that's crazy that someone would like blow through your window like that. And Zatch gave him a letter from his dad saying that he found Zatch in New England, and Zatch doesn't have any memories of his past or who he is, but he just has the book, and that he should like take care of him. So it turns out Keo's dad is a well-renowned scientist. So he entrusted him with Zatch and the book to translate the book that Zatch had, as well as, oh yes, he did wish him a happy birthday. Apparently, I think Keo is 14. Yeah, so he's that young, rebellious age. So I believe Keo activated his powers when he was trying to kick Zatch out of his room, and which lightened and blast like his whole room. I'm trying to think if I forgot something. No, I didn't. So Keo was like pretty shocked. He was like, "Are you some kind of monster? Like, what are you?" Which I would be too. And then, so I'm starting to, like, as I'm going like through it, I'm thinking I may or may not finish this episode, like the whole like series, because I don't know if I like watching it anymore. Anyway, I'm just gonna get back to it, and at the end of I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about the show. So after that whole debacle in his room, he went to breakfast with his mom, and his mom gave him a choice, like, either you stay home and watch Zatch, or you go to, or you go to school. No, I don't think she gave him that option. Yes, she did. But she didn't say, or go to school. She said, since you're not going to school, you should stay home and watch Zatch. And he was like, then I'll go to school. And she was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? He was being a smart ass, but she got him to go. So, since he's been bullied, like, he doesn't really enjoy going to school at all. So, while he was in class, like, trying to figure out the red book, like, they went over to the other scene where his mom was explaining to Zatch that Kia wasn't always a brat, and it's because he doesn't have any friends. So Zatch decided to help out Keo and went to his class. That's when he traveled like in this, like, is it a gym bag to school? He like sniffed out Keo's scent and followed him to his school. So while Keo was trying to leave, I believe we were introduced to the character Susie, who ended up who I think is a delusional girl. And the reason why I said that was, like, after she got into an argument with Kale, she was trying to get him to stay from school because he did help her, like, with his, not with his, with her homework. Like, Zatch, not Zatch, I keep trying to call Keel Zatch, I don't know why. So Zatch tricked, not Zatch, I did it again. Keel tricked Zatch to go up to the roof, told him that they were bullies. But I believe before that, like, Zatch and, like, when he had the argument with Susie, like, Zatch was kind of like, not Zatch, I don't know why I keep mixing these two people up. Keel was, like, shocked at Zatch, so they went outside. And I believe he suggested, I should have wrote it down, this make a friend, superhero friend. Like, he suggested, like, kill the superhero, something like that. Kyo's supposed to beat up some bullies and become the hero, so it's like Kyo the hero plan. That's what he came up with, and Kyo was like, that is never gonna work. And I think that's when he tricked Zatch into going up on the roof to fight bullies. Eventually, like, when he ditched him in order to go home, Kyo started, like, to feel bad. In that same instance, like, Zatch was up there and he met Susie, and this is when I figured out, like, her character is just delusional. And Zatch asked her if she's the bully, and she was like, no, she's Kyo's girlfriend, but he doesn't know it yet. And I'm like, delusional. So she was describing what a real bully was like, and like, I believe, like, before Zach got into that fight with the bully, like, there was a kid, like, across the rooftop that was watching her, and a little boy, like, he had a skateboard, and he was watching Susie, and he sounds like a womanizer based on how he's talking, like a delinquent womanizer in the making. That's what he was, because he was on his skateboard. He wasn't in school, and I believe he was the same age as Kyo. And you saw, like, a little guy that looks just like Zatch, and he said to, what was that guy name that was on the roof? Ido. And I think the little guy that was with him was called Mamoto? Something like that. And he was able to do, like, a wind spell, and that's when they first mentioned, that was the first mention of the Mamoto. So that's when we figure out that Zatch is a Mamoto, and the other boy that was with Idaho is a Mamoto as well. So they, like, so he used his wind power to, like, was using his wind power to get over there, and the delinquent saw an advertised image of a girl in her skirt, like, being blown up, and, like, crashed into the eye, like, was it an iron thing from a construction site? It was something like that. He crashed into. I'm like, good lord. And then you had, so they went back to the scene of where the rooftop, the scene of the rooftop. Yes, I was trying to remember the scene. Then we got back to the scene of the rooftop where Zatch was fighting the bully, and he kept telling him that Kyo is coming to fight him because Kyo is the hero of justice. So at the same time, Kyo was on the roof and he was listening to Zatch like defending his honor, and the guy was like, "Why isn't Zatch here?" Like, he was like, "Because Kyo had went to the bathroom because he had some needles." I'm like, of all the things to say, he went to the bathroom. So Kyo was like really touched by what Zatch said, and he was like, "I'm here." And he came out to be the hero, and he got his ass whooped. and, I, and that tickled me, and I'm like, he obviously didn't think that through. And he was like, I can't fight him. And I'm like, and I believe, and he was like, what am I supposed to do? And then Pat's, oh my god, Zatch said the craziest thing. He said, let's pray to the heavens for help to come. And Kyo's like, that doesn't happen. And the delusional girl literally looked up to the sky and and saw Idaho on the skateboard coming down the wind. It's like, look, it worked. And I'm like, Lord, please help these people. So Ida like landed on the bully and knocked him out, and he started to attack Kyo. And Kyo, being smart, he like noticed that Idaho figured out that he's using the boy's power that's behind him, and he saw the book that looked similar to his. So, and he recalled the lightning power that he used this morning, and he was able to attack Ido with his lightning. But the thing is, Zatch doesn't remember after the attack. Doesn't remember that he attacked, and he was like, lightning sure strikes around you. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a problem in the future, foreseeing future. Yes, I don't remember a lot about the movie, but I think his lack of memory about himself will cause like a lot of issues. But I think they figured it out. So, where was I? So after Ido's doll, like got him out the way, and they kind of like retreated. And at the same time, I believe yes, there was a girl sitting in coffee, and she gave us more clues. She says, the battle of the Momoto King is finally begun. So we know it's gonna be more fights like that. And Zatch was kind of happy. He was like, our hero, his plan for Kyo to be a hero is working. And I think that's how the show ended. Now, I'm not sure if that's something I want to continue to watch because I feel like I have like outgrown I have like outgrown it. Like, so it feels like watching a kid cartoon instead of watching like a cool anime. Like, it just feels like a kid cartoon. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna enjoy rewatching it. If not, you may not see another review of Zatch Bell, but if you guys like it, I will review just for you. Also, the art that I'm using for this Zatch Bell, like, I didn't bother to draw it because normally I use my own art. This time I just copied and paste because I wasn't sure if I want to do Zatch Bell or not. So, and where I copied it from was from off of the episode, and I just copied just the name Zatch Bell. Alright, so if you guys are interested in the rest of my reviews that I do with Demon Slayer and Shadow's House, I review Shadow's House, Fairy Tail, and Decrement together. And in addition to 2 new anime that was like aired in dub this year, really why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's, or how Raeliana ended up at the Duke's Mansion, and Otherworldly Aristocrats. I believe those are the other 2 that I also review on my podcast. This is a new podcast, so there's not a lot of episodes on there as yet, but stick with me and there'll be more to come. Alright, thank you for listening, and this was just like a bonus on to get a feel of Zatch Bell. I may fall in love with it again, but I may not. It feels a little bit too of a childish cartoon to be watching. But we shall see. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.